I'm someone fundamentally who's just always pursued my boldest and dearest dreams. And what's driven me is seeing a world the way I think it should be and going out and doing everything I know possible to make it happen. All of this comes from a deep-seated passion and belief that we're living in a day and age where you can make your boldest dreams come true. For me, it started as a child, passionate about Star Trek and Apollo and wanting to go to space, and then giving up on NASA being the mechanism to get me there, and then just in my heart of hearts, believing that I could do something to not only get myself there, but get others there, and then having some small successes, and that addiction to that level of success then drives you to want to do the next bigger and bigger thing. If I think about who my mentors have been, they've been the characters in science fiction novels. They've been the works of Heinlein. They've been the works of Roddenberry. They're the people who see the world as it should or could be, and then paint that picture so vividly that you want to go out there and make it happen. And that's driven me all my life, and I know so many others. And so when I think about the results of the X Prize or Space Adventures or Planetary Resources, the organizations I've been in and part of, Singularity University, it's painting that picture of the future and then just in a serial fashion knocking down boundary after boundary, blockade after blockade, until you hit the fundamental laws of physics, and then making something happen. Because ultimately anything big and bold is hard and difficult and impossible in science fiction until you make it science fact. So, that's who I am in my heart. And I believe that now, today, there is nothing that we cannot do. Whether it's to go and mine the asteroids, extend the human lifespan, wipe out poverty on this planet. There is no challenge, and in fact the most important thing we need to do is change the conversation from one about complaining about problems to one about solving problems and making your vision happen. I think my dad was a role model for me, is a role model for me. He was born on a small island in Lesbos in Greece, grew up with nothing, literally tending goats and picking olives to keep his family going, and he went from there to the first person off his island to go to medical school, and then ultimately to the United States. And that journey of him starting at such a basic fundamental level and becoming a successful New York physician, for me is the equivalent of me going to Mars and beyond. So I think about that. And I have over the time mentored entrepreneurs, really, people who have a dream, someone who I see as committed to making that dream with the same passion and thirst that I have. And when I see that, I love it. I cater to it. And I'm honored that at Singularity University, for example, every year we have a crop of amazing people that I get a chance to spend time with. And every year I try and bring a couple of those into my life. Over the last 20 years, some of them have become my partners, CEOs of companies I've co-founded, and I'm honored about that. So, I don't know, I'm just someone who is a kid. I feel like I'm a 25-year-old kid going after my dreams. And I think that's the beautiful thing about life right now is that there is no dream too big, and there is no challenge that we cannot overcome.